If you've come looking for a masculine, robust, do anything, go anywhere tool watch, then you've come to the right place. This is the NEOTYPE LM02 chronograph, and what a stunning watch it really is. This is a French micro brand, and they only do two variants of watches. They do the LM01, which is a diver, and this, what we've got in today, is the LM02 chronograph. Now, of the chronos, they do 4 variations, and this is the classical looking, totally matted, white text. But I've got to say that the old radium does look absolutely oh la la. What I think these guys have done really well is they've managed to create a classic looking chronograph, but they've done it by putting their own stamp on there. They've put it by putting their own design on there. And it doesn't look like any other chronograph I can't think of. They've managed to make it unique and their own. Let's start with the bezel. It's matte. It's ceramic, it's loomed, it doesn't get much better. It's a fantastic looking tachymeter bezel, absolutely looks the business, no qualms with it, very solid. Although if you do look at it from side on, it does increase the thickness of the watch. In fact, everything on this watch is matte. There's no polish bits at all on this watch. It's a genuine tool watch. The dial is layered and it's on top of the loom, so it creates a sandwich effect. And for me, I think it works really well. And let me tell you guys, there is a lot of loom. It's BGW9. So this watch has got 2 subdials. The first is what you use for the chronograph, and it's a 60-minute timer. Works fantastic, very legible, easy to read. The only thing that it does stop after an hour. It doesn't continually time, it just stops after 60 minutes. Again, most things can be timed in 60 minutes, so it's not an issue. One of the other ones, the only other subdial is the 24-hour timer. So you just set the time and that will tell you in 24-hour format. I find it difficult to read. As a quick glance, I can't instantly tell the time of it. I've already got the time on the watch. I think it could be better used in a different variation. Maybe a constant ticking second hands would be more beneficial. So for me, it could be a bit better, that second subdial. The pushers screw down. They're a nice action. For me, screw down pushers, they're a little bit frustrating because if you just want to measure something or time something in a quick, swiftly manner, you're stopped by unscrewing the pushers. So that for me, I think the Tudor Black Bays do it as well. And for me, I prefer it when you can just instantly click them. Not the end of the world. It doesn't stop you from doing much, but I would prefer it to be different. There's no not being able to get off this crown. It's quite a chunky crown. Now, it doesn't sit out of place on the watch. It doesn't look too big for the watch, but it is easy to use. It's screwed down, it's secured, and it has got an X logo, which is NEOTYPE's logo at the moment. The hands, the clean, the legible, easy to read, everything that you'd want in hands. So yeah, at a glance, easy to tell the time. They do exactly what they say on the tin. The rubber strap is an FKM rubber branded strap, and if you turn it over, you can see the branded X on there again. So it's not just a generic rubber strap. It is actually branded specific to NEOTYPE, which I think works really well. It's a really comfy rubber strap. I'm wearing it now. It fits around any wrist, really smooth, but durable at the same time, if that makes sense. So yeah, the rubber strap, nothing to complain about. And it does actually come with an additional green olive NATO, which I think it looks fantastic on the olive NATO. But I think in all honesty, this this watch is going to look fantastic on just about any strap. The movement is a Seiko VK64. It's a mecha quartz and it's accurate to within 20 seconds a month, which is phenomenal really when you think about it. It's got 3 years of battery life. And it's a very, very reliable, trusty movement. So no qualms there at all. Well, that is if you don't like quartz. Some people just can't get on board with quartz. For me, not a problem at all. It's quite nice to have 1 or 2 quartz in the collection. You can just pick them up, wear them, enjoy them, put them back down. And you don't have to worry about winding them or keeping them on track with time. So yeah, definitely for me, I'm all for quartz. So the stats on this watch, pretty impressive. It's a 41mm case, which is brilliant for a chronograph size. 22mm lugs. And the lug to lug is only 48.5, so anything under that 50mm is really important. Now, something that might be a problem for you is its 13.8mm thickness. That's not to be sniffed at. It's a fairly thick watch, but if you put it in comparison, it's probably something similar to a Black Bay. But I think the fact that it is only a 41mm, it is wearing well, it is comfortable. I haven't found it to be an issue. Now, as I've just said, this watch is going to be, oh la la, a strap monster. Let me show you some images, guys. It's just going to take so many different watches so well. And that's why I've opted for the completely black and white numerals, because I just think it'll match brilliantly, similar to a Speedmaster, with anything that you want to put on there, whether it's going to be rubber straps from Zealand, whether it's going to be suede ones from D-Lugs, any leather strap, any NATO, any colour, it's just going to work. And that's one of the big draws to this watch, that I can throw any colour strap on there, just enjoy it for what it is. It's just going to go on brilliantly with anything. This watch is also 200 meters water resistant, so go anywhere, do anything, absolutely. And it's actually got 5 layers of anti-reflective coating, so there's going to be no qualms about legibility on this one. 316L steel, ceramic bezel, which is a big one. The ceramic bezel is loomed as well, so no corners cut with cost here. It just looks fantastic, and the materials used are top notch. This is a limited edition, guys. There's only 75 made, so they are going to be relatively rare. They've only got 2 variants of design. Within the chronograph, they have got those 4 variants of colours, of options. I think it's a bargain. I think it's under £500. Well worth the money in my eyes, guys. It's a fantastic looking watch. This watch genuinely feels like a proper tool watch. Now, I'm a bit reluctant to use that phrase, but it is. It's something that I feel I could wear, go anywhere, do anything, all day, every day. And it's very rare that you can get a watch like that in the collection. I think a chronograph, I think it looks nice on the wrist. It's a little bit more interesting. There's a bit more going on than a regular 3-hand watch. But it's tough enough, rough enough, good looking enough to suit most situations in my eyes. So I'll leave you with 2 good, 2 bad on this watch. And I'll start with the good. It's a strap monster. It really is. I think that only the 2 colours, there's not like a hint of red or something on the seconds hand or on the print. It's white and it's black and it's stainless steel. So it's going to go with absolutely any strap I want it to go with. And that's a massive plus for me. The variation that I can make with this watch, I can make it look smarter, dressier, toolier. Toolier, is that a word? I don't know. For this watch, it just crosses the ticks for any occasion that I really want to wear this watch for. The other good is that it feels a lot more expensive than a £500 watch. You're going to have to take my word for that. It's a bit more difficult to get hands on with a micro brand. I do appreciate that. You can't just walk in a shop and try them on. But for me, hand on heart, honestly, it's a genuinely more expensive, better looking watch than the £500 would suggest. I'll leave you with the 2 bad things about this watch. And I had to think about them a little bit more hard than I do with other watches. The first bad thing is the thickness. Now, I have said it's not an issue, and I don't think it is really, but in an ideal world where I'm creating an ideal watch in my head, definitely I'd like the thickness to be a little bit less. 13.8 is not the end of the world, but yeah, shave a mil or 2 off there, you could have a perfect watch in my eyes. And the second bad is probably that subdial, that 24-hour subdial. I just haven't really got a use for it, and I don't think you have, I don't think anyone has really, so it's unfortunate that it couldn't be something a little bit more different on that subdial. Not the end of the world, because as I say, I think they've done really well with this. I'd never heard of them until recently, but I'm so glad I have. The NEOTYPE LM02 chronograph. Please let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.